I am Technical Sergeant Jeremiah Salyers, military training instructor, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As the flights move into position, we would like to take a moment and ask visitors to help us keep our graduates healthy and safe. Please cover your mouth while coughing or sneezing, wash your hands frequently, utilize hand sanitizer, and avoid attendance at ceremonies if you're experiencing flu-like symptoms. For the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain in your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you may proceed onto the retreat pad after the flights are dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers. Utilize the handrails and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception area and to the right of the flagpole. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. In the military, ceremonies are held to accord distinctive honors to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency and state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military in support of the nation. All of the movements that you will observe today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or non-commissioned officer, such as the military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision and response to the leader's orders, and to provide the development of all leaders in the practice of commanding formations. See the flight saluting as one form of drill. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain a proper decorum and respect for events such as these, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the Air Force song, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to our flag during the military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may return your hand to your side. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Now marching into position, Flight 330, led by Technical Sergeant Roxana Hinostroza. Flight 331, led by Technical Sergeant Mark Julius Gabriel. Flight 332, led by Technical Sergeant Nathan Sadek. Flight 333, led by Technical Sergeant Louis Cruz. Flight 334, led by Technical Sergeant Carlos Coronado. Flight 335, led by Technical Sergeant Michael Ayers. Flight 336, led by Technical Sergeant Thang Nguyen. Flight 337, led by Technical Sergeant Nathan Simon. Flight 338, led by Staff Sergeant Jordan Spann. Flight 339, led by Technical Sergeant Hillary Dagger. Musical support for this morning's ceremony is provided by the Airmen from Flight 340, performing under the direction of Technical Sergeant Matthew Zettelmoyer, military training instructor, hometown, Augusta, Georgia. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic requirements, Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at military. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Evett.
Isaiah 40 says, "But those who are tired and weary, even those young shall faint and be weary. Young men shall fault, exhausted. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint." Let us pray. Heavenly Father, so grateful for each one here today, the many blessings that they have to experience, the time that they've had here, the airmen in their training. We're so grateful for the men and women who serve before us, those who are here to train, those who are here to lead, all the family and friends who come to support. We are so grateful for, Lord, your support and strength for each one of these airmen in this wonderful coin ceremony. May they remember that their time in the 321st truly was a time of remembrance, a time of growth. God, we ask for your honor and blessing as we celebrate. We have the future in sight. May the challenges that they've experienced grow into strength, wisdom, understanding. May they persevere, have courage to do what's right, and above all, honor you. We ask for your blessing. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, 321st Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Jason Crosby. The Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training and 2000 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Jared Roman. From the graduating squadron, the Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, 321st Training Squadron and 2009 graduate of Basic Military Training, Master Sergeant Kyle Case, accompanied by his wife Jessie. The Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III. The Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, and 1994 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Mike Morgan. The Commander, 94th Airlift Wing, Colonel Carl Magnuson. The Command Chief, 94th Airlift Wing, and 1999 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Trevon Dennis. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Sergeant Case will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the home of basic military training. I want to take a moment and say thank you to the family members that have loved and supported these men and women and helped them get here to today. Your support has been integral to your airmen's success here and will continue to be in their future. Ask any service member, and they will attest to the importance of their friends and family and their success. Thank you. To our veterans in the crowd, if able, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service to the defense of our country and to devoting your life to the purpose greater than yourself. These airmen we celebrate today and airmen all around the world supporting our freedoms are standing on your shoulders. It is because of your love for our country that many of these men and airmen are carrying on your legacy and serving today. Thank you. I would like to recognize my military training instructors. You have poured your hearts and souls into the discipline and training of our nation's warriors. In just 7.5 weeks, they have transformed these airmen into impressive men and women we see before us today. Our airmen are better trained than ever before to deal with the ever-changing challenges at home and abroad. You have played a critical role in mentoring, developing, and shaping our newest graduates to meet the future of the world's greatest Air Force. It's a difficult job and one that you have done exceptionally well. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask that you give a round of applause to this dedicated team of professionals. To our graduates, congratulations. 7.5 weeks ago, I gave you a quote to think about every day. The famous wide receiver Jerry Rice said, "Do today what others won't, so tomorrow you can do what others can't." And you did it. You have made it through 7.5 weeks of rigorous training, overcome many challenges, and have made the transformation from citizens to airmen. Congratulations. You are now part of less than the 1% of Americans who have raised their right hand in defense of our country and the guiding principles we as Americans and members of the profession of arms hold so dear. As you begin your Air Force journey as newly minted airmen, I want to impart 3 principles that have helped me become successful over the last 14 years of serving this great nation. First, treat everyone with dignity and respect and foster an environment of diversity and inclusion. Members of the Air Force come from all walks of life, races, genders, and backgrounds. Welcome this in your fellow airmen. Principle 2, grow where you are planted. This means whatever the Air Force asks you to do it to the best of your abilities. Some of the best things that have happened to me in my career were things that I didn't choose or ask to do. It is because of these opportunities I was able to grow and stretch in ways that I will never felt were possible. And lastly, be coachable. Be willing to take tough feedback and learn from those experiences. And understand people care about you and want to see you succeed. Airmen, I leave you with this. You are joining a team of professionals dedicated to the integrity, service, and excellence. We are in unprecedented times with unprecedented challenges, and we continue to adapt and overcome and thrive in an unpredictable circumstances. During these uncertain times, the airman public looks to you as a beacon of hope. to calm the waters of uncertainty, and I have no doubt that you are up for the challenge. Your will, desire, and dedication to your country and a purpose greater than yourself has brought you here today and will continue to be what drives and motivates you moving forward. Today, you will begin to write the next chapter of your Air Force story. Whatever your path, I encourage you to make the most of it, and thank you for committing yourself to serving your country. You have completed all graduation requirements and will now receive the coveted Airman's coin, which signifies your transition today from trainees to airmen. Congratulations. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the Airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961, and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, "Semper Supra," which translates to "always above." This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Crosby will now come forward and address our graduating class.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 37th Training Wing, home of Air Force Basic Military Training. Thank you to all the loved ones, families, friends, guests that are in attendance today. Our families are the bedrock of our nation, our Air Force, and you all provide us the strength we need to accomplish the mission. Our mission here is to motivate, train, inspire the next generation of airmen with the foundation to deliver 21st century air power. And in executing our mission, you trusted us to turn your sons and daughters into airmen, to care more about their country, to care more about serving others than they do themselves. And with your love and support, they made it. And not only did they make it, they've changed. You'll notice these changes when you see them later today. They're more confident, they're more disciplined, and they are more mentally tough. Much of this was through your support over the last 2 months. We thank you for the love that you've provided them. Now, throughout their journey here at Basic Military Training, your sons and daughters were under the care of our military training instructors. To my MTIs, through your leadership and example, you have inspired each airman in your flight. You have made our Air Force better with every airman that you've trained. You took 475 individuals and transformed them into this amazing team of professional, multi-capable airmen standing in front of you today. Please join me in thanking them for their dedication, commitment, and incredible work. Warthogs of the 321st, as you prepare to graduate tomorrow and march down the bomb run, I remind you that completing basic military training is but the beginning of your Air Force journey, as you will take the foundation and skills that you learned here and apply them as you learn your craft in technical training and when you arrive to your first duty assignment where you will operate as part of ready forces executing assigned missions. Now, these assigned missions are more complicated as today's security environment is as complex as ever, with competition among nations as our adversaries grow their capabilities to challenge America. But just like airmen that have come before you, like Chief Master Sergeant Hackney, the namesake of our training complex, and just like the veterans and the airmen in the stands here today, you will not falter and you will not fail. You are part of a team of 330,000 airmen as we defend the Constitution, our freedom, and our way of life. The Air Force will provide you opportunity, adventure, and responsibility, and it's responsibility that you are now ready for. So take care of yourself and your wingmen. It has been an honor to be your commander, and in the years to come, I look forward to seeing your contributions to our great nation, our Air Force, and to serve alongside of you. Airmen, always remember, one team!
Thank you, Colonel Crosby. Air Force Basic Military Training conducts graduation events over the course of 2 days to celebrate the accomplishment of our newest airmen and guardians. These events recognize their transition into the profession of arms. We acknowledge the tradition of honor and legacy of valor provided by those who came before and inspire us still today. We would also like to thank the family and friends for their continued support that these graduates will be counting on as they serve our great nation in the years to come. This week, we have a special opportunity to recognize one additional and significant achievement, demonstrating the dedication of 3 of our graduates who have completed the process to become citizens of the United States of America. Today's recognition is made possible by a partnership between the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security to allow active duty service members to become citizens under the Naturalization at Basic Training Initiative. To be eligible, a member of the armed forces must pass a comprehensive application process administered by the Department of Homeland Security. including a background check and personal interview to demonstrate high moral character and their knowledge of the English language. Applicants are also tested on the history and government. When applicants take the oath of allegiance to the U.S. Constitution, they become American citizens. The Air Force is proud to recognize The Air Force is proud to recognize Airman Devonique Gordon, country of origin, Jamaica. Airman Numedzi Kudaje, country of origin, Ghana. Airman Vaughn O'Rain Rose, country of origin, Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate the newest citizens of the United States of America. At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 332, Airman Ryan McBroom. He is from Wichita, Kansas, and joined the Air Force to be a bomber aircraft maintenance technician. In the stands, cheering are his wife, Kylie, son, Noah, mom, Joanne, and brothers, Nate and Reagan. His recruiter is Staff Sergeant Nicholas Creed from the 352nd Recruiting Squadron in Wichita, Kansas. Please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
I'm an American Airman!
Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen into the ranks of the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is the symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and to our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is the symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These airmen are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices of the military in dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it's lowered, we ask that you think. Think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who precede us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of members from the graduating squadron. Led by Technical Sergeant Jeffrey Nelligan, our commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Joe Lovick. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Down, retreat! 1, 2, 1, play!
The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It is flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag is flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free, yet it remains invincible.
Out. There to flank the carriage. Turn to colors. Left wheel. Punch. Away. Punch. Left wheel. Punch. Away. Punch.
Please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Families with graduates in the Drum and Bugle Corps are asked to wait for their graduates on the north side of the west bleachers while they secure their equipment. We ask that you refrain from running onto the retreat pad and please use caution when descending the bleachers. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37th Training Wing, Joint Base, San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Airmen, if you lost a flight cap, report to the podium to retrieve it. Top graduate, report to the podium, and new United States citizens, report to the auditorium to retrieve your certificates. All graduates are now released to their families.